All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we're going to be checking out the 1909 Argentine infantry rifle. This is a really cool variant of the Mauser. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. First, I'm going to take a couple of shots. Really cool stuff. You cannot go wrong with a Mauser.
Indeed.
All right, we're going to go on out to 300 yards.
All right, going for the gusto. About a foot over the top of the gong. There you go. You're probably down there in no man's land aiming at a little green patch of grass.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
You're favoring in the top left corner of the plate around 10, 11 o'clock.
All right.
Those 3 rounds stacked into about 2 inches.
I'll take it. You know, guys, these guns are so much fun to shoot. You cannot go wrong with the old school Mauser rifles. This one's chambered in 7.65 by 53, which as many of you probably know. Maybe you don't, maybe you do, but it's a very early Mauser cartridge that was developed by Belgium early on. So this is a model 1909, which means it was adopted by Argentina in 1909. We did a video on the Argentine 1909 cavalry carbine already, and that's the one that I had the little cavalry sword for and everything. I picked up these 2 rifles through an estate sale not too long ago, and we decided to do the 1909 cavalry carbine video, but I also had the full-length infantry rifle as well, so I thought we would bring this one out and talk about it a little bit and kind of showcase, because we love our milsurps here on this channel. It is basically a Gewehr 98 length rifle, but it has the more simplified, flatter trajectory K98 style sights. So you don't have the big roller coaster sights, but it does utilize the straight bolt handle just like the Gewehr 98. It's a cock-on opening design, okay? One of the significant features of the 1909 is the rear bolt stop. Instead of having just a little knurled edge, has got like this flange that goes all the way up to the stripper clip guide. You've got a notch right here that's cut into the receiver to accept a stripper clip if you wish. It is you have 3 locking lugs, 2 up front and a safety lug in the rear. Okay, so it's a 98 style setup. This particular rifle utilizes a beautiful unground Argentine crest. The crest is also on the side of the rifle here. The numbers on the stock match the receiver and the bolt. These rifles are typically found to be either mismatched or to have the crest ground off of the receivers. So this has a nice unmolested crest. The rifle's in pretty good condition. It's a walnut stock with a pistol grip grafted into it and a steel butt plate. As Mausers go, pretty standard fare for a Mauser. The thing is there are a heck of a lot of Mauser variants out there. So many of them, guys. And this is just one of them. And anytime we get our hands on something kind of oddball and interesting in the Mauser family, you know, we like to showcase it. There are a lot of domestically produced Mausers out there. And then you have a lot of Mauser rifles that were produced, you know, obviously in Germany in their weapons factories. And this is one of those rifles. Around the turn of the century, it was almost like this huge arms race that all of these various militaries, once the turnbolt Mauser was adopted, it offered a fast repeating option for infantrymen and soldiers to be able to lob rounds a lot faster in combat. And it was a much higher velocity, flatter trajectory round using smokeless powder. So when the Mauser came along, it really changed things. And every country wanted the Mauser rifle. And Germany was quick to obviously take contracts to fill orders for a wide variety of different militaries around the world. Argentina was no different. They were just like any other military and wanted to modernize their army, and they wanted to not only modernize their army, but also have uniformly armed men throughout their armed forces. So 1909, there was a really big push to develop, well, before that, but what basically alluded to the adoption of the 1909 was that they wanted a modern arm for all of their troops, and they wanted specialized guns for the troops, and they wanted them all to be the same and to have that continuity. And it's cool that they stuck with the 7.65 by 53. You guys are probably familiar with the old school FN-49 service rifle. That's a semi-automatic that Argentina later developed, and it utilized a detachable box magazine, and they wound up chambering that gun in .308 NATO. Lots of militaries went on to adopt, obviously, .308 caliber rifles as that particular rifle became a lot more popular. But this is the old school 7.65 by 53, the old Belgian Mauser caliber. I believe it's been around since, I want to say around 1899 was when the Belgian Mauser caliber was developed. I could be wrong. It might even be all the way back to the original 1891 and maybe even before that. So very cool stuff. All right, there's so much that goes into Mausers, guys. There's entire books, volumes of books that are written on Mauser rifles. So this is not intending to be an end-all, do-all thing, but we just kind of want to show it off. We like to do videos on these old school guns because I feel that they're underappreciated in today's world. A lot of folks are so quick to just, shoot all the modern stuff. Sometimes you just want to have fun with the classic. One thing I can say about all of my Argentine service rifles, I have an 1891 Argentine, and I also have, the 1909 cavalry carbine and then the 1909 infantry gun. One thing about all the Argentine Mausers, no matter which one you get, they all pit the ace. They all shoot exceptionally well. And a lot of folks tend to kind of discount this particular rifle because of the oddball caliber. Most people, when they think Mauser, they think, maybe an 8mm Mauser, or they think something in 7mm Mauser. Those are typically the most commonly associated Mauser calibers, or they pick up a later version that's converted to .308, or a military gun chambered in .308, or what have you. A lot of people tend to shy away from the 7.65 by 53. This PPU ammo is like less than $1 a shot, okay? And velocities on this ammo are extremely hot. The rounds we chronographed coming out of this gun are almost 2,700 feet per second. So with the 174 grain pill, guys, that's getting down. That's some power. All right, let's shoot it. For hand loading purposes, this PPU brass holds up quite well. It is boxer primed and reloadable, and you can run 311 diameter pills if you wish. You can buy the Sierra Match Kings at 174 grain with the 311 diameter, and they shoot wonderful in these. You have a 3-position safety. Up position allows you to manipulate the action, but allows the gun not to fire. Over to the right locks the bolt shut, and the gun will not fire. We go all the way to fire. The action will open, and when I squeeze the trigger, the rifle will fire. The lowest setting is 300 meters. I would assume it's probably meters. All right, very cool stuff. I love these old school guns, man. They're so much fun.
Same target?
Yeah.
Okay. You're still right up there in the corner at like 10 and 11
I'm just trying to keep the same point of aim.
Yep. It's grouping though. Right off the top left corner of the target.
Got you.
Like literally barely off the plate.
What a great shooter, man. The trigger's great. Man.
The last several shots were right around like 2 minutes. Around a 6-inch group or so at 300.
6 inches at 300 with iron sights, I'll take it. Just like many militaries, I'll sort of just mention this quickly. I'm gonna let Chad shoot this rifle as well. He'll love it. Like a lot of militaries back in the day, they also, utilize sniper variants of a lot of these particular rifles. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. You take a rifle like an 1891 Argentine or a 1909 or any of the Argentine produced or or contract rifles. And buddy, you scope them, they shoot the living daylights out. I will have to say, out of all of the Mausers that I've shot over the years, you know, I've been very privileged, dare I say, extremely lucky, to be able to log quite a few rounds through quite a few different Mauser rifles. And I will say that there's a few that definitely kind of speak to me a little more as a shooter, and ones that, from a standpoint of taking out to shoot, are just so much fun to shoot. And I'm going to tell you, the Viguero Mausers are wonderful. If you can find those, they are wonderful shooting Mausers, highly accurate, very light. I'll say any of the 6.5 by 55, any of the Swedes, whether it's an M96, an M38, gosh, they shoot so good, guys. If you can ever find a 6.5 Swede, you will not find a smoother shooting Mauser rifle. And I have to say, you know, I like the old Gewehr 98s, and I enjoy some of the German guns and 8mm and things like that. And I do appreciate some of the Venezuelan and Spanish 7mm. But I will say that a close third past those other rifles would certainly be my Argentine rifles. You know, 1891 and 1909, both wonderful, wonderful rifles. And guys, this isn't all of them. There are so many other rifles. You could probably, if you wanted to collect a variant of each model, each contract for each company, or country, I should say. Seems like they are ran like companies nowadays, aren't they? But each country, if you were to collect all the variants, all the barrel lengths, all the, you know, different models from each year for each country, you could easily amass a very large collection just of Mausers. Mausers are so fun to collect because there's so many different variants and they're so awesome. Never mind all the bazillions of different bayonet options that were available for them. So Mausers represent a really awesome collecting niche that can be very exciting and fun, and can also be rewarding when you go out to the range and have fun with these things, because they just shoot so well. It's just such a cool part of history that you can take out and enjoy at the range. I'm going to shoot 5 more rounds. I'm going to let Chad pop a few shots. We just wanted to showcase this beautiful 1909 for you today. Straight bolt. It throws very smooth. Just a beautiful rifle. Nice 2-stage trigger, comfortable stock, not overly heavy. Very nice.
What you going for?
Same gong.
Same gong?
Yeah.
She's consistent. Same point of impact. Oh, now that was right over the top of the gong.
Yeah, I felt like my point of aim was a little higher than it should have been.
It's like it skimmed the top of the gong. I saw a little bit of white come off. Now that was
low.
Way over on the right.
Okay, I might have pulled that one.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something though, guys. She is a shooter. Pretty decent group.
Yeah, I mean, most of the shots were stacking into, like, you kind of had a couple shots string low. It opened up to maybe 7 or 8 inches.
Gosh, I can't complain with that. 8-inch group out of an old war horse. I mean, you got to think, this rifle is going on 110 years old. I'll take it. Very cool stuff.
All day long.
Yeah, we just wanted to, you know, take a moment in this video to kind of show off this wonderful Mauser. I'm going to allow Chad to have a little fun. This is a great rifle, and what a wonderful amount of stress relief. I can't tell you, we've had such a crazy couple of weeks with all the filming and stuff, and sometimes just to get out and take these old school guns out and have a little fun, it is just such a nice, refreshing thing to be able to go out and just shoot iron sights and just get back to like the visceral, raw, you know, aspects of firearms ownership. This is so fun. I mean, guys, if you've never owned a vintage firearm, consider picking up an old military rifle like this. They're so much fun to shoot, and the history and everything, it's just really cool.
Watch out, though. You might get hooked.
You might get hooked. All right. Why don't you take a few shots, man?
Sure thing. All right, I'm going to take a few shots with the 1909 here. I always love getting out here and shooting milsurps. So much fun. Oh, love it.
Can't go wrong, man. There's so much fun to shoot.
Absolutely.
And this one's accurate.
I haven't shot an Argentine yet that wasn't accurate. I mean, like Eric said, I mean, the 1891s just, God, they shoot the living daylights out. Alrighty. All right.
Yeah, have fun with it, man.
We'll see where I'm at here. Eric is usually a little bit better with Mausers than I am in the accuracy department, so we'll see.
Okay, you printed on the far left edge of the gong, perfect elevation.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'm aiming about maybe a foot low. I'm reaching for a round of ammo like I'm single loading this thing. Duh.
Keep doing that. You're right on the edge, but those two shots are literally like 3 inches from each other. Not even that, maybe 2 inches. Just barely off the left edge of the plate.
Okay. It's like the exact same thing that was going on with you.
Yep. Those 3 shots probably triangulated into less than 3 inches.
Okay.
That's pretty consistent. Can't go wrong there, man.
Right off
same
the left
exact
edge?
spot.
Dadgummit. All right, I'm gonna have to move my point of aim over to the right slightly.
Okay. Well, it's printing to pretty much the same spot for me and you both.
Yeah, I'm just aiming dead on in the middle, but I'm aiming about a foot low.
Okay.
I'll aim slightly to the right.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, now you're up there where I was at.
Okay.
In the exact same spot I was. What a smooth rifle. I mean,
5.
the bolt is smooth, the trigger's nice. I mean, these things are just made to a level of craftsmanship that you just don't see anymore.
Well, you do, but you know, you got to spend $4,000 or $5,000 to get it.
That's true.
I mean,
Oh, Mauser still makes rifles.
they do. Let's see.
Yeah, that last one can be kind of tough to get in
There
there.
we go. I didn't have my 4th round seated all the way to the rear. Like
I didn't bring any dang stripper clips with me, so
We've been doing that a lot lately.
go ahead.
Forgetting our clipper strips. I mean, strip clips.
strippers.
All right. No. Probably right over the top. Whoa, that was a good impact, wasn't it?
That was me taking a burst, is what that noise was, by the way.
Eric's over here getting photos for the gram. All right.
Not a bad group, man. I mean, you had 2 or 3 of your shots printed high up there and left, and then some of them are right in the center of the plate, but the groups are tight.
Probably just me. Like, I don't know what's going on with my eyes today, but I got some goop or something in there throwing my vision off. Maybe it's just these big old glasses, I don't know. I'm going to aim for the gopher, just for fun. Just for fun. What's the old saying there, boys?
Aim small, miss
small. Oh, but that's a myth.
Right over the top of his head.
Okay. All right.
That's crazy, man.
All right, here we go.
Right over the top of his head. You only missed by like 2 inches.
All
2
right. 2
inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2
I'm gonna get him.
Same exact spot. Your last 3 shots literally went into 2 or 3 inches.
I was
right
hoping
in
that
the same spot.
I was hoping those rounds would kind of work their way around. Let me lower my point of aim just a little bit here.
Real accurate, man.
Kind of down in no man's land in the grass.
Yeah,
there.
I know. These things are sighted so high.
Dadgummit.
You grazed his backbone.
I'm gonna
If
get
he was
that
a live gopher, you probably would have had him.
I got one more shot. I can't count today.
No, he would have been back down in his hole by now.
Well,
All right.
down at his feet, you got him. You blew his feet out from under him.
All right, I'm gonna shoot a few more shots on the gopher.
Go ahead.
I think you guys get the idea. Oh man, these rifles are so accurate.
They are, man. They don't mangle brass. I mean,
Well, they don't, and you know, too, the thing is, like, you get some of the German rifles, and the bores are just so dang dark on them and nasty and shot out. I mean, God, you got to spend so much money to get a good, like, German Mauser. I mean, even the Gewehr 98s have gone up a good bit now, but these things can still be had for reasonable money.
I paid $180 for that one, and the little cavalry carbine I paid $2 1/4 for at an estate sale.
If you know where to look, you know, Argentine Mauser, oh, I don't want that. I want a German Mauser.
Well, the thing is, if you call up Privy Partisan or wherever, you go online, you buy the PPU ammo. It doesn't matter if you buy an 8mm, 7mm, 6.5, it's all about the same price. So there's no reason not to get a weird Mauser these days.
And Eric mentioned the price on this ammo is very, very reasonably priced. And as well, he mentioned that we've reloaded a lot of this brass in the past. We reloaded a lot of 7.5 by 55 with PPU brass, and that stuff is good, strong, accurate brass, no problems whatsoever. I reload a lot of 303 PPU, just awesome, awesome brass.
Yep.
I mean, and you just can't beat the price on it. I mean, I've seen some of this ammo as low as like $14 a box.
Yep.
I mean, you just
Not
can't
bad.
beat it.
The ammo works, and you know, the factory ammo is quite accurate, and you get rewarded with a little brass out of the deal.
Yep. Easy peasy. All right. I'm going to aim for that gopher some more.
Go. Right behind his back, just to the left. That was way down in the dirt,
Oh, that was weird.
like a foot in front of him.
Huh.
You might have pulled that one.
Oh, maybe. Didn't feel like it, but.
Oh, it is heating up too. Right in front of his belly.
Like, I correct a little to the right, I'm in front. I correct a little to the rear, I'm in the rear.
Split the difference.
Yeah. Let me aim at that one blade of grass down there in front of the tree.
It's a long way for iron. Oh man, barely missed him. I mean, all those rounds were right in there.
I just want to hit him one time, like real nice. Oh man.
You'll get him.
I'm just going to send you down there with a hammer, all right?
Oh, that's right. That's what we do. We cheat. Right over the top of his head. You literally missed the top of his head by a half an inch. Like the vapor trail from the bullet like disturbed him a little bit.
All right, all right. I'm not going to burn up any more Argentine. I think you guys can clearly see that these rifles are excellent, excellent shooters. I mean, remember that gopher down there is 5 inches wide and about yay tall. So literally missing around him like that, I mean, you're talking a sub 2 MOA gun. Eric's group down there after 20 shots was 9 inches. I mean, that's a 3-minute gun, sub 3 minutes, like 2.85. I mean, and that was with a couple little flyers and stuff too, and a couple of shots that landed right off the edge. 110 years old, still going strong. I mean, look, there's auto loaders that are in large calibers like this that can't even hold that kind of accuracy. Think about that. I mean, I don't know. There's something very special to be said about old military rifles. Hopefully you guys can see that in this video. If you guys want to support the channel and support what we do here and keep these videos flowing, consider maybe going over to the website and picking up some apparel. Got some very cool hoodies and t-shirts. Maybe picking up a man can over there. or donating $1 or $2 on Patreon. All those funds go directly back into supporting what we do here on the channel and keeping this content flowing for you guys. Until next time, stay tuned. We've got a ton more content of all types on the way. Until next time, talk to you later.